that, we start into round number one, or match number one. Alrighty, am I seeing a Clash Neo? Wow. This is already an interesting comp. We got a double missile party, as well as a crack-on roller. That is a very, very, very interesting little group there. But already we see one down on the side of Delta as they're getting pushed back hard. That's 3 down. That is the kind of decisive opening fight that you kind of need to take tower and run with it. Although Team Wipeout, the Wipeout Punks did not come out of that unscathed with just 2 down, but they're already cutting through checkpoint 1 and throwing an armor and an inkjet. That is a heck of a push right there, and already Team Delta's down 3. That's a wipe! Woof! At this point, Team Delta's got one last chance to stop this push at checkpoint 3 and make this party stop. They're again 3 down, and that's a delayed wipe right there, and they're just getting spawn cams right now. That is rough. And with that last team wipe, that is game. That was a really tough match. I mean, that's kind of what happens. You just get a that's the real challenge of losing a really bad fight early. Is that if you're not able to really get back into the fight, you can just kind of get to a delayed wipe situation, and then it's kind of all over from the start. The way it goes. But we get to our next map, which is Flat Zones Mako Mart. Again, this is a map that I truly love. Mako zones, you get your little side streets on the side, you get your ways to flank around, and then the actual zone itself is this nice wide open space where you can really do some splatooning. This map isn't really that friendly to backlines. There's like 1 or 2 good snipes, unless you want to really be like meat for slotters and blasters. But if you are a close quarters and a nice little field type fighter, Mako Mart is your jam. Which, you know, as an undercover main, that's me. But we'll see if Team Delta switches up the comp a little bit. They're gonna have to figure out, okay, how do we keep from getting spawn cams like that in the future? But it looks like the matches have already been picked, and we are ready to rock and roll. Matter 71. Yes, I agree. Splatoon 3 turns will be interesting. I just don't know what's gonna come in Splatoon 3. Yeah, the beginning could look very different. Oh, is that a Grim Range? That's a Grim Range. Heck yeah, I am so hype already. Grim Range is very, very fun weapons. And we're seeing a Booyah Bomb spamming arrow spray. We've got a Nautilus, we've got a K-Pro and a Neo Splash. It's going to be very, very true right here. And already 1 down, 1 down. 2 down on the side of, I believe it's Team Delta. And with that, the Wipeout Punks managed to take up a little bit. But they're already 2 down now. Like, let's see if they can keep this push going, or if they're just gonna get swarmed. This poor Junior here is running for their life. But in trying to keep 2 cats occupied, they've managed to really run down the clock in favor of Wipeout Punks, who now are and now Team Delta really has to move quick to take back the zone, and you not go down before this can really make a difference. Even our booyah bomb friend, even our airspray friend here, just focus fired, is not able to make a difference. Grim gets whipped as well. Oof. And with that, that is a very, very quick Make a Mart splat zones. Once again, if you just get pulled into a if you get pulled into a delayed wipe, there's not a whole lot you can do until you regroup and push in again. And that is another win for Wipeout Punks. I've never heard a Neo Splash called a Nash. Remember the last name of that old album, Crosby, Stills, and Nash? I forgot what songs they did, like back in like the 60s or whatever. Ancient history. Dinosaurs were around or whatnot. But now we get to the last map, one that I'm not as familiar with, Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal. This is one of those maps that I associate in my nightmares with rogue power clams coming from an ink rail. But it's a very interesting map because like there's the straight ahead route, which is, you know, if you want to take a fight, and then there's the ink rail where if you can get around there, you're Gucci, you're golden. The trick comes from making sure that you're covered on that angle. Makes it a very aggressive map if you can get that flank down. So I'm very excited to see what happens here. I'm really excited to see what Team Delta does to turn things around, because if they can hold off a delayed wipe and if they can hold off a spawn camp, I think they can really, really, really make for some interesting plays here. See a little bit of indecision on the side of Wipeout Punks, so they decide what they want to run with. They got a little under 40 seconds left to decide. I am quieting. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Team Delta does, because they can, you know, I want to see them really, really sing on this next match. All right. And we are ready to rock and roll. It is time for Clam Blitz. Alrighty, and that caper was back. Is that a 52 Deco? Is that the Stingray one? That is a very interesting pro. I'm seeing a Bubble Splattershot Jr. as well. These are some very interesting team cops, and I am living for it. And immediately, Delta goes 2 down. They go 3 down. And Wipeout Punks is starting to collect clam after clam. I see a power clam going. They are at the clam basket. They are just going to run in. Let's see if they can... Already 2 down on the side of Team Delta. Can they pull things back together? Or ends that front here pushing in forward. And with that, the Wipeout Punks have broken the clam barrier, but with that, it looks like Team Delta's managed to stop that push in its tracks, and they're starting to push up. But once again, Team Delta's 2 down, 3 down. Can they keep things in their base? But it looks like Team Delta's managed to hold on to one of their recovery clams. Let's see if they can turn that into a push. And with that, they're going 3 in. The Stingray as well, but oh, that power clam is lost courtesy friendly neighborhood Nautilus, as it looks like Wipeout Punks have 2 power clams on their side. That's 1 clam broken. Let's see if they can turn that into a follow-up. They do not. And and they managed to get it, and they managed to throw in that power clam with a sneaky little super jump, and Is that pushed over? Or no, I see one more Wipeout Punk, but I don't think they have any power clam, any clams to really push in with, and I think they're going to retreat with that. That is a heck of a push as they keep Team Delta pinned, and once again they're 3 down as the Nautilus throws in a couple convenient little clams, set up a power clam, and set up another push. That is some smart play here. And once again, Team Delta do a very good job of keeping the enemy out with one pick, and if they can follow that up, let's see what they can do. We're down to just the K-Pro and oh, there's a Vanilla Pro as well. Okay. They are getting murked left and right. Wipeout Punks are keeping up the pressure constantly. And once again, they're throwing in clam after clam. Will this turn into a knockout? And that's game. And with that, Wipeout Punks managed to pull a Wipeout. I'm sorry, that was a terrible pun. Wow. That is a lot of kills on the side of the K-Shot.